Have you ever tried to start a new habit and it just never stuck? Maybe you said, I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes every morning. And after 3 days, you just gave up. Or you said, I am going to go to the gym every day after work. And you never even really got started. It's not because you're a failure. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not because you lack discipline. It's because it was too much, too fast, too soon, and your brain resists these big changes when we try to do it all at once. And today I want to share two powerful strategies that can help habits stick. And that's habit stacking and our smallest meaningful steps. Together, these can help us create these long lasting, sustainable changes so that we can create new habits that are actually going to last and support us in living the life that we desire. And side note, if you haven't read James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, it's a little older, but I still love it. It's one of my favorite habit books. So, anyways, most new habits fail because we set the bar too high at the beginning. We try to overhaul everything overnight, and our nervous system sees that as a threat, or we just haven't created the systems and the structure to be able to support us in this new habit. So that's why you can sometimes start off strong for a couple of days, but as soon as life gets busy, it all just falls apart. So the solution isn't just more willpower and determination, the solution is more strategy. And so that's where the habit stacking and the smallest meaningful step comes in. So habit stacking is one of the simplest ways to anchor in a new behavior. Instead of trying to just start something new out of nowhere, we're attaching it to something that we are already doing automatically. So think of it as like hitching a new train car to a train that's already moving. The existing habit becomes the trigger. So here's an example. After I pour my coffee, I do 1 minute of breathing. Or after I start my coffee maker, I do 2 minutes of stretching while the coffee's getting made. I don't actually drink coffee, so I don't know how long it takes for the coffee maker to go, but I'm just giving you an example because I know most of the folks in my world do love their morning coffee. Or after I brush my teeth, I floss, right? We're attaching it to things that we're already doing. When I close my laptop at the end of the day, I'm going to write out tomorrow's top priorities in my notepad. So we're not just relying on motivation, we are letting our routines that are already in place do the heavy lifting. And then our second strategy, this smallest meaningful step. So this is the tiniest version of the habit that can still move you forward. So the point isn't to go from 0 to 60, it's to make the habit so small that you can't say no. So you want to start exercising, you can start with one push-up. You want to start meditating, start with 1 minute. You want to start writing more, start with one sentence. We're breaking it down to be the smallest meaningful step that we can take that's going to move us in the direction of our dreams, move us towards this life that we're trying to create. And then from there, we gradually can go up. 5 minutes can become 6 minutes. 6 minutes can become 7 minutes, right? Five push ups can become six push ups, or seven, or eight, or nine, or 10. And we're not saying, I have to do 50 push ups tomorrow. We're taking these small steps and they're going to compound over time because they're manageable. So our brain doesn't try to resist them. So when we combine the habit stacking and this smallest meaningful step, then we can build habits that are going to actually stick. So here's the formula. One, you're going to identify an existing habit that you already do every day. And then you're going to stack your new habit right after it or during it. Again, using that example of the coffee. If your coffee is brewing, you can do something while your coffee is brewing. So maybe you look at, hey, every morning what I was doing was scrolling on social media while my coffee was brewing or while I was drinking my coffee. My new habit that I'm going to intentionally start stacking is that I'm going to journal. I'm going to do a minute of breathing. I'm going to do a minute of stretching. Okay. I'm just giving some examples with coffee because most people know what I'm talking about there, but we're going to attach it to something that we're already doing. And then we're going to make it that smallest meaningful step. So if we know that, hey, my doctor said I need to work out 30 minutes 3 times a week, it doesn't mean that tomorrow we have to go work out for 30 minutes, because then if we can't do that, then we feel like a failure, or we try to do it and we're not consistent with it and we feel like a failure and we give up. This is where we're going to start with that smallest meaningful step. So identify an existing habit, something that you're already easily doing every day. Then you're going to pick a habit that you can start right after it. You're going to stack that habit and you're going to break it down to say, what is the smallest meaningful step that I can make? And then we test it out. We try it. We see how it goes. We see if we need to make any shifts. And we're practicing curiosity and self compassion along the way. For many of us, our go to is the guilt and the shame and the self criticism, but we are going to intentionally just start being more curious. Let me notice how this is for me. Is this something that feels sustainable for me? Is there something that I need to shift here? You know what? I was going to start, doing some breathing practices while my coffee was brewing in the morning. But I found that that's not actually the best time for me because my significant other or my kids are also there. And I want to be able to have conversation with them at those times. Okay. So we're practicing curiosity and non judgment, testing it out, and remembering we're going to stack it to something that we're already doing, and we're going to have it be this smallest meaningful step that we can take, which is going to support us in having it be something that's simpler and more sustainable. And remember that success with these things doesn't happen overnight. We look at the habits that we have been doing, they're not things that just happened overnight, but we're going to take small, intentional steps consistently so that over time we can create the change that we want to change in our life, make these shifts so that we can continue showing up in the way that we want to show up, make the impact we are here to make, and be able to take care of ourselves along the way. So hopefully this was helpful. Remember to go out there and make a meaningful impact in the world, take care of others, take care of yourself along the way. Thanks for being here. Bye. Thanks for being here. I hope that you found value in this video. And if you're recognizing that you need a little bit of additional support, I'd love to invite you to join our 21-day challenge. In our 21-day challenge, you're committing 10 to 15 minutes a day, doing a short activity where you can focus on things like your energy, your habits, your boundaries, so that you can have that clarity and then make more aligned decisions. For most of us high performers, high achievers, people who care about making a positive impact in the world, it is easy for us to sacrifice our own self, neglect our own self so that we can contribute and do kind things for other people and take care of other people and take care of other things. And oftentimes that leaves us drained, or it leaves us feeling burnt out because we're doing so much for everyone else. This is an invitation for you to be able to take this time for yourself because A, you matter and you are worthy of investing in. And B, because when you have a big mission, when you have a big heart and you want to do good work in the world, it is important that you take care of yourself so that you don't burn out, so that you have the energy and the motivation and the passion to continue doing meaningful work in the world. So our 21-day challenge, it's the foundations of sustainable impact, because when you want to make a positive impact in the world, when you care about making a positive impact in the world, it is imperative that you also take care of yourself so that you can show up in the way that you want to show up for yourself and for others. So 21 days, our challenge focusing on sustainable impact. It is an awesome opportunity for you to take time for yourself and also to be in a small group community surrounded by other purpose-driven professionals. So link is in the comments if you want to join us. 21 days foundations of sustainable impact, 21 days for you to invest in yourself so that you can show up and continue investing in others and making the positive impact in the world that you know that you're here to make. Drop a comment if you have any questions. I hope to see you in the challenge. Bye.